We're back in the big van and we're ready to get back on track. Oh, listen to that. That's the sound of the Silver Dream machine running again. Thank God for that, eh? Just picked her up. Gonna get her back home. I might treat her to a bit of a bath. Kit her back out again. And we'll be back on it tomorrow in the Silver Dream machine. Brand new timing belt, brand new water pump, and new brake pads as well as a little bonus. Oh, best news I've had all week. Hope you're all doing well. I feel a lot better now. So as you can see by the video, I've got the van back. I'm very happy indeed. I'm so pleased to have it back. And the upshot was, when I picked it up, I waited first thing in the morning actually to go and get it, and they hadn't quite put it back together. So I used the opportunity then to get a tram into the centre of Manchester and do a bit of retail therapy. It is the wife's birthday coming up. It is a significant one. And I've been racking my brains about what to get her. So I made the decision I was going to splash out some serious money and get her a nice watch, something that she can keep. So I spent a little bit more money than I anticipated, really. But hey, it's something that she can keep. Remember the birthday, and she can pass it on, can't she, when she finally turns up her toes. It's nice, I must admit. I wouldn't spend that much on a watch for myself, though. I just make do with one of these things, unbreakable, and that's good for me because I'm terrible. So, having got the van back, it meant I could bid for some work, and I bid for a job in the evening, going in the morning, and it went from Halifax area, just outside Halifax, and it went down towards Milton Keynes. Long wheelbase van, rate, good rate as well, got a good rate for it, really pleased with the rate I got. I mean, we'd all like more, but I was chuffed. So I took that down to Milton Keynes in the morning, pretty uneventful, clear run, nice weather for a change, no rain. Got myself unloaded, went to Lidl, bought myself a sandwich, being a big spender that I am, and thought, right, I'll look for something going back up north if I can. There was absolutely loads of work coming out from those areas, all around Milton Keynes and Bedford and Luton and everything like that. It was bouncing, but there wasn't very much going down to up to where I want to go. I did get a phone call off a shipper, who, I don't know what they do, these people, but they must have noticed I live in Oldham, because I've never come across this shipper before, but he was a northern shipper, and then asked me if I was interested in going from where I was to Stansted Airport, and then taking something back to Oldham, which I was interested, but it was a small van job. And, you know, obviously it was 30 miles to Stansted Airport from where I was. And I said, look, you know, as much as, you know, it's good to get back, I'm not doing that for less than £1 a mile. And he did say, look, to be honest with you, someone, you know, will probably bid lower than that to come back. So if I don't get anything better, I'll ring you up. So fair enough. But I suppose if someone does it for 80p a mile, small van, you know, he's going to take it, isn't he? But I still personally believe that prices should start at £1 a mile. But obviously, shippers aren't going to agree with that, are they? Well, that's just the way it goes. But in the end, I did see a job. It was a small van job again, and it was actually going further north than I really wanted to go. It was going up to Teesside, but that was quite a good distance from where I was. And I thought, I'm going in strong on that. I'm going to bid at my van rate, because I don't think anyone would want to go up there from there. And if there was someone from the northeast, then obviously they'd bid cheaper anyway. So I thought, in for a penny, in for £1. I put a bid in, started to eat my sandwiches, and I got a phone call, and they gave me the job as a small van. Now, I bid for it at my lowest long wheelbase van rate, if that makes sense, yeah? So I'll tell you, it's £1.10 a mile. That's the lowest that I'd ever go. And I got that job. So when I looked on the map, I was only sort of like 15, 16 minutes away. I drove to the place, Drove in and he brought the pallet out. And if I was in a small van, you wouldn't even be able to shoe on this pallet in. Have a look at this pallet. So as you can see, that was a massive pallet. And even that was too tall for my van. We had to take the top 2 boxes off to fit it in. So I didn't make a fuss there. I just took a picture of it. The same picture you've just seen I sent to the shipper. And then I got it loaded, strapped on, didn't say anything to the people there. Didn't want to cause any fuss or hassle. And drove out, parked up around the corner to sort of like, you know, fill in the ETA and things like that you got to do. And I rang the shipper and I said, look, I've sent you an image through. Have a look at that pallet. And he went, oh, yes, I see. Yes, it is quite a badge. I said, there's no way that would go on a small van at all. I said, I've even had to take the top layer off to get it in mine. So we'll need to speak about another rate. Now, you might think, well, hang on a minute, you're in a long wheelbase van anyway, you can get it in. But I didn't bid for that job. I bid for a small van job. And it's a Friday afternoon and it's mad busy. Now, in the end, the shipper agreed to pay me more money to carry that and said, look, we didn't know. We weren't told the size of the pallet. They should have asked, really. I mean, if you're shipping jobs out to vans and it's a small van, you should really be making the noise about what are the dimensions of that pallet. Berlingo vans, that type of van is a small van, isn't it? And, you know, you should know what those vans can hold before you start tossing work out for small vans. You know, it's all very well saying, oh, well, we didn't know this, they didn't tell us. You should ask the question. So that's one for you shippers to remember. Ask the question, then you won't get bundled with an extra charge, will you? Because the right van would have turned up in the first place. So they did agree to give him some more money. They edited the job and sent it through. So I was chuffed because the extra money I got was going to cover my fuel going home. And I took that up to where I was going and everyone's happy. So now we're coming to the Shows Your Van guest feature. And this week, it's a company they're also YouTubers. They're very recent YouTubers. So I wasn't going to put other YouTubers on really. I wanted different drivers, but it is very interesting. The company is called Firkin Freight and the guy on the video is Toby. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a warning about this because it's a bit of an alert. There is yellow sunglasses involved in this video. And old Toby is not a bad looking chap and he's very well spoken. But I think he's trying to make himself look a bit like this. So you watch the video. It is very interesting and it's very slick and very professional. Normally I'd put something on, you know, above it saying who they are and try and dig out one of the images of the company, but I didn't need to on this because he's put it all in. He also has put what he thinks is an image of me in his video too, but you can be the judges of that. Here it comes.
Hello YouTubers, this is Toby from Firkin Freight. As it says up there, just a little video to contribute to Dave at Anvil Logistics, his channel. He's got a few drivers, a few crew drivers adding to show who they are, where they came from, and what they're about. So I would say Dave asked kindly, but I think it was more of the lines of if I didn't want to be counting the fingers I hadn't got, I needed to send him a video. But anyway, here goes. Firkin Freight, it's a little business started by myself last May 2021. About me very briefly, my background's actually not in couriering at all. It was entirely in retail. 20 something years in retail, culminating in the last 10 years was actually living abroad. First Thailand, then Australia, then Thailand again, then most recently Malaysia. Lastly, working with IKEA, I was taking care of their finance, their operations, and their logistics at a sort of country level basis most recently. Sadly, COVID hit, as it hit many of us. Visa processes changed, everything else changed, and living in Asia as an expat basically became a bit too difficult. So after 10 so years, the wife and I decided that maybe let's move back to the UK. Moved back to the UK, and I decided after 20 something years that I didn't want to be working for anyone else. I didn't want to be answering to anyone else. I'd been doing corporate life for far too long, and I just wanted to have control of my own business and my own time. So hence where we are here. Firkin Freight is a bit like Anvil Logistics. We have expanded recently. We've now got 2 vans. There's 3 directors. There's myself, there's Em, my wife, and there's Ryan, who operates the other van. We're both ADR trained. Em has transport manager qualification as well. So we specialise in hazardous loads, and also in season we do F1 as well, running for some of the teams into mainland Europe, across to Budapest and Spielberg in Austria most recently. So let's show you around one of the vans. So let's introduce you to Fat Larry, as we call him. Larry's a 2016 Mercedes Sprinter. Currently I'm carrying ADR loads, so that's hence the plates on there. It's 2016 Sprinter, carrying, how many miles are we at now? We are at, let's focus, sorry. Is that fully going to focus? No. There we go. 298,000 miles we're at the moment. Sorry, sunlight's throwing the focus a little bit there. A few mods and bits and pieces we've done to Larry. We started trimming, trying to remove the plastic. So we've got, I've put in the mechanical suspension seat there just for the amount of miles we do. It's for me, it was it was fairly necessary. Carrying an extra couple of bits and pieces. So sat nav up there with a dual. I run an iPad through there with Waze and the UK traffic systems. And then I have TomTom running through this phone through that device there. Retrofitted aircon, it's an auto box as well. And one of the good things as well is we've put in a floating sleeper bunk up there. And you see someone there who's my little companion who comes with me everywhere. Yes, Parsnip. But we've got a decent sized sleeper bunk there, which is for everything we have. Yep, thanks Parsnip. Parsnip's waiting to get going again. So yeah, that's in there. One of Larry's other party tricks that makes my job very, very easy, or much easier, is tail lift on the back. Basically, it's quite rare for these sprinters to have added on tail lift. It means that I can take palleted loads on and off without having to wait for forklifts. Okay, so the load I've got on at the moment, ADR chlorinated and non-chlorinated in there. So we're carrying a fairly hazardous load in there. So we're double secured with bars, extra straps, and everything in there as well. I carry the pump truck with me. You've got the ADR kit in the back corner, and then just generic kit in the front corner there as well. A lot of people say, "Oh, doesn't having the floating bunk take a lot of storage space out?" Well, no, because I've got a 4.2 meter bed there, and it's designed to have, if necessary, when I'm taking empty drums, I can take them directly under there. It's exactly the height of a 205. Well, about 2 centimeters above a 205 litre drum on there, which makes it a bit easier. But to be fair, most of the time I'm never stretching my load or payload capacity in this, because the hazardous loads isn't really about that. A lot of the time I'm carrying one drum to sometimes over large distances, carrying supplies and replacing them. Yeah, so that's about it. There's a few other bits and pieces. Larry's obviously in winter spec at the moment. It's virtually impossible to keep clean. There's a few little battle scars here and there. From I had the colour-coded respray and bits and pieces done on it, and you can see it's starting to go. It's about 9 months in, so you can see little bits around the diesel filler there. So I've got to get those redone, but there's absolutely no point doing those during winter months. I'm just going to wait till we get through the winter and then redo it as the spring comes. But yeah, That's Larry, that's me, that's Firkin Freight. We've got our own channel, just as a little plug. You'll find us under Firkin Freight Limited if you search on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys. Safe driving.
So what do you think of old Toby then? Those glasses are something else, aren't they? However, I do think I know what they are. I think those glasses serve a purpose, is I think they let more light in. I remember trying a pair on once and everything seemed to brighten up a bit, so I think they actually are purposeful. And he does look pretty slick, doesn't he, old Toby? I think he's one for the ladies of the channel. So if I do get any female viewers, if you like our Toby, subscribe to my channel. But if you like what he's got to say, it is a very interesting channel. He's full of lots of information. He's very, very knowledgeable. Give him a watch. Give him a subscribe. They need the help. I'm only kidding, boys. You do a really great channel. So I'm going to wrap this up now. But I need another appeal out. I do need some more people, if you would. Other people have said they're willing to do it, but I've not had it yet. Send me some videos, please. About yourself, about your van, about how you go about your work. You can either send it in little clips of videos and I'll piece them all together, or one whole video, but don't make it over 6 minutes because I can't get it from WhatsApp to me. You can send it to me via WhatsApp. If you can't find my number, it is on the CX, message me and I'll send it to you. Or you can go on the website for amberlogistics.co.uk and there's a WhatsApp button on there that you can send it via that as well. So send us your stuff, everybody, if you don't mind. Now, what did you think of his comparison to me from that character from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels? Is he implying that I'm a bit rough and that I'm a bit nasty because I'm soft and fat? And that's it. But I did look at my ADR license today. And when I looked at it, I thought, I think I can see where he gets it from. Have a look at this. This is my ADR license. Look at the picture. I think I see what you mean, Toby. Never mind. I'm not here for my looks. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm so chuffed to get my van back. I've got an ADR job booked in for Monday morning as well, so I've got a great start. Got a party this weekend for the wife, so hopefully we'll all have a good time. Please give us a thumbs up. If you like the video, just press that like button and give us a thumbs up. And it is simply that the video gets out to more places and gets more widely seen. That's all. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing, totally free of charge. And don't forget, have a look at Firkin Freight and give them a subscription as well. Thanks a lot, everyone, for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.